How's it going, fellow Helldivers? Blagger here, and in today's guide we're going to be breaking down why you should consider using the Punisher Plasma and some tips and tricks on how to get the best out of it. And I'm also going to include an entire build built around the Plasma so that you can use it against the bots on Helldive difficulty. So without me rambling further, let's get into it. So the Punisher Plasma fires concentrated balls of plasma in a downward arc, causing explosive splash damage. It has a high stagger effect, and its explosive splash damage deals full damage to enemy weak spots, which is great against Devastators and Hulks. Its stun locking capabilities is where it really shines, taking out multiple Devastators whilst avoiding taking any incoming fire. It takes out Scout Striders with such ease that they are no longer an issue, and is great for clearing groups of enemies very fast and efficiently. Some tips that I would like to remember when using the Punisher Plasma is to always lead your shots. Try to use it like you would the grenade launcher, with your aim and distance, and try to prioritise crowds for maximum damage. So instead of targeting a single enemy, try and hit the ground between them when viable for maximum effect. So moving on to our secondary, when facing the bots you need something that can pack a bit more of a punch as opposed to thinning crowds, and the Senator is your one-stop shop for ripping through those multiple medium armoured enemies you come across, such as Devastators and the occasional chainsaw welding berserker. It has a damage rating of 175 and a decent fire rate for a high damage medium armour penetrating revolver, and is the best secondary against the bots by a good distance. For the bots, the stun grenade is a must for stopping those Hulks and berserkers getting close to you, and can be a great tool for locking your targets to hit their weak spots. This is especially true when stun locking the Hulks to kill them with 2 shots when hitting their red eye with the AMR. Its utility is so much higher than your damage output grenade equivalents, giving you a whole new way to defend yourself against the more deadly enemies. The Hulks to be precise, as when they get close they can really mess you up quickly, so having a grenade catered just for these deadly interactions is a great tool to have in your bag. When fighting the automatons, it is always wise to have a minimum of medium armor level protection, and as you will take a lot more damage through long range fire compared to when fighting the Terminids, so having that protection that can take an extra shot or two goes a long way. So with that said, the DP40 Hero of the Federation or Champion of the People are solid armor sets to run against the bots, as mentioned due to its medium armor protection and its very strong passive ability Democracy Protects, which gives you a 50% chance of not dying when taking lethal damage, which when I say this has saved me more times than I can count, I'm not exaggerating. And as a nice little bonus, this passive also prevents all bleeding when your chest hemorrhages. Before moving on to those important stratagems, I just wanted to thank you all for watching so far and for supporting the channel. If you could please give this video a like, I'd really appreciate it, as it really helps the video out, and if you'd like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing. So on to our first stratagem is the ever reliable Eagle Airstrike. This will be used for taking out most objectives such as your bot fabricators and mortar pits and the occasional horde. Everyone knows this is a staple in most of my build videos for its great damage output and upkeep time, making it one of the most versatile stratagems in the game. As well as taking out objectives, it's great at contributing to taking out your heavy targets like the factory striders and your larger enemy patrols. And when you're on those blitz missions taking out multiple fabricators, the Eagle Airstrike should be at the top of your list for a fast, clean mission clear. The next stratagem was close between the orbital 380mm barrage or the orbital laser, with the former just winning due to the orbital laser's 3 uses per mission disadvantage. I used the 380mm barrage for clearing medium to large automaton bases and for defending extracts by placing it in the distance of where the enemies are spawning. Using the 380mm on the largest bot bases I find to be an absolute game changer. Although you should always approach these bases as a team, you'll often find yourself attacking them solo, and although you're not guaranteed to destroy the entire base with a barrage, it will wipe out a large portion, leaving you to finish off the scraps. So for our support weapon, the anti-material rifle is in my opinion the best support weapon for taking out multiple medium and heavy enemies with a plethora of ammo before needing to resupply. Just the ability to take down Hulks with 2 well placed shots to its front red eye should be enough to convince anyone to give this a try. It's great at taking out those Devastators and Berserkers, and can take on almost any enemy the automatons throw at us. I know that autocannon is a fan favourite, and I wouldn't put anyone off using it over the AMR, but for me I prefer the accuracy of the AMR, but they're very close, so that does come down to personal preference. Before moving on to our boosters, the final stratagem I use when facing the bots is my absolute must, the EMS mortar. When I say this mortar can really change the tide of battle, it's no joke. You place this mortar when attacking or defending objectives or extracting, and you'll always have a much easier time, as it slows all enemies inside its EMP radius, making easy pickings for you and your fellow Helldivers. I know that whenever a fellow Helldiver is using the EMS more, I am so grateful, as I know this mission is going to be so much easier and more enjoyable. So most Helldivers have their favourite boosters, and I find having at the very least the vitality and the stamina enhancement boosters are great to have with you when deploying. So if you can communicate with your squad, be sure that they bring these two along with you, as a vitality booster keeps you all alive longer, and the stamina enhancement booster makes your time exploring the map more efficient and can help bridge the mobility gap between picking a medium armour over a light armour. If I can only pick one, the stamina enhancement is always my first choice, and any other boosters are more just personal preference. I hope you all enjoyed this Helldivers 2 guide, and if you did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. Alongside Helldivers 2, I'm currently looking for another game to sink some time and content into, so if you guys would like to see a particular game on the channel, please leave a comment and I'll see what I can do. So with that said, please consider checking out more of my Helldivers 2 content. I have more build videos catered to all of your needs, from Helldive difficulty builds for both the bugs and the bots, and weapon specific guides too if you're looking at running a specific weapon. So with all that said, I'll see you all on the battlefield. Blagger out.
Location. Tagging location.
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Tagging location. Marking location. New mag!
ETA T-minus 20 seconds. ETA T-minus 10 seconds. Clear landing zone. Pelican 1 approaching pickup. Landing sequence initiated. Here, watch where you're standing. Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff.
Tagging location. Cancel that. Southwest. Enemy objective located. 100
Marking extraction point. Cancel that.